What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video. After a day of insanity, that's right, our boy decided to go on a 30-minute rant about Saudi Arabia, LGBTQ, EA for some reason. I don't know. He ended up tying all of these varying stories into one point, and the point was pretty dumb. If you want to watch that, I'll link it at the end. It's about a 30-minute clip of him just ranting and raving. The most interesting part of that is just how he's not a very intelligent man, and he's very lazy, because some of the facts that he pointed out in that rant, a simple Google search could have provided him the correct answers, but we'll get into it. Also, he talks about Sonic and some other stuff, and of course, there would be no daily rap without talking about support and begging. So let's see what Phil had to say on the daily rap.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Monday, the 29th of September, 2025, the halfway point of this monstrous 8 straight days of streaming that I am doing. What a crazy week it's been so far, and what an awesome second half of the week we have to go. But let's talk about the day that was, okay? So today on the Level 1 podcast, we had some unexpected news. EA, Electronic Arts, the game publisher, has been bought out completely and will no longer be a privately held company. What are the implications? Who bought them out? We talked about all of that on the Level 1 podcast. In fact, it was the major discussion. So if you're interested in hearing all about this news and what this may have to do with the future, check that out, okay? Then after the Level 1 podcast...
All right, I'm going to stop there because I have so much to say. I was dumbfounded how ignorant this man is. So his point was that EA was bought out by a private organization. I'm assuming it was part of the Saudi Crown. So the Saudi Crown essentially purchased EA for $55 billion. If you don't know, they've actually been making a push for the last decade to purchase U.S. companies. They purchased WWE and a few other companies, right? Now, Phil's mindset when it comes to global politics is, I guess, something he heard on CNN back in 1980, and he's under this delusion that the United States relies on Middle Eastern oil to function, and that hasn't been the case since probably the mid-2000s. So if you don't know, there has been something called fracking in the U.S. where it turned the United States into a net exporter of oil, and of the oil that the United States does import, because we do import certain kinds of oils. If you don't know about oil, I'm not going to use this to discuss about oil, but there's different types of oils. So we do import some oil. If Phil would have done a simple Google search, he would have realized that the United States, all of our oil that we import into this country, which isn't much, it's probably, I think, 35% of oil that we actually import. Of that, 60% of it comes from Canada, not Saudi Arabia. Do you want to know how much oil we actually get from Saudi Arabia, Phil? 5%. It's nothing. It's probably maybe a couple million gallons. And if Saudi Arabia were to run, where their wells were to run dry, or they stopped selling to us because they placed embargo for whatever reason, it would literally mean nothing. It would probably add a couple cents to our gasoline prices. Okay, they have what's called heavy crude, and it's something that we don't have, so we import it for various industrial purposes. Okay, but anyway, you can simply Google that, Phil, and actually get that information. But of course, Phil's under this mindset that he's still stuck in the 80s and the Cold War, and he has that Cold War mindset, and he thinks that we're beholden to the Middle East because they produce all the oil. No, Phil, you really should pick up a book. Not even a book, Phil. Just Google it, man. I mean, it's just so ignorant. Now, the reason why I'm highlighting all this, because if Phil did maybe 10 minutes of research, he would have realized the true purpose for why Saudi Arabia is actually purchasing EA. Do you want to know why, Phil? They're diversifying their economy. They essentially, for almost 100 years, have relied on the sale of oil to make them rich, right? The Middle East, oil is not a finite production. It's not a finite resource. Some of their wells are probably running dry, and they probably looked at the global landscape and said to themselves, you know what? We can't be an oil producing company, an oil producing country. We can't be known just for that. So in the last 2 decades, what they've actually tried to do is they tried to increase tourism. They've actually started buying tech firms. As you can see, they did buy WWE champions, so they get into the entertainment realm, right? What they're doing is they're diversifying their economy. That's really what it is. Okay, Phil, it's not some nefarious Illuminati plot by the Saudi Arabians to to get into the United States and corrupt our society. It's not about that, brother. It's about money. Okay, that's really what it is. It's about money. And Saudi Arabia isn't going to move everything for EA. They're not going to move it to Saudi Arabia. They're going to just leave it as is. Most likely, they'll probably just leave everything in place. Maybe consolidate some EA, branches or whatever. But it'll be business as usual. Okay, Phil? They'll still be paying U.S. taxes. Nothing pretty much is going to change, Phil. But Phil wants you to think that there's this diabolical plot by Saudi Arabia to infiltrate our gaming. It was a convoluted mess. It was 30 minutes of him ranting and raving, and then tying in LGBTQ, tying in all of these other, even got into the Bilderbergs and the European barons that run the. I was waiting for him to talk about the 12 Jewish bankers. That's how insane the Rant got. Anyway, if you want to watch it, it's pretty insane. If you want to watch someone talk about something that's so out of their scope and out of their range, you may want to check that video because it's pretty funny. So that was the bulk of the podcast, and then after that, he started begging, of course, because it feels the economy feels concerned with his economy, and Snort Korea needed to make sure that he got money. So then he begged the rest of the podcast. So now he's going to talk about Sonic. Let's see what he had to say.
Podcast, we jumped into Sonic Racing Crossworlds, only my second stream of the game, okay? So here's the deal. For the first hour, I played more offline gameplay. Why? Because I'm trying to win all the different circuits so that you can unlock the secret circuits, which unlocks more content for the game, and basically that's the whole goal. People just want to see me play online play, all right? I'm going to make that abundantly clear. I don't know why. I feel like the game has this offline gameplay. You should do it. See the content, unlock the content. People aren't interested in that for whatever reason, okay? I tried playing with various characters like Vector. Was it Silver? No, I already played with Silver. No, maybe I did. I played with a few characters. I did pretty good. I ended up actually winning one circuit, which was awesome that I did. And what's happening is I'm getting better at the game now, okay? I'm finding that certain classes, like the handling class, was better for me than the other classes. And I'm having a good time and progressing. But after that first hour, here's what happened. I'd gotten like 60-some bucks of support on the podcast. I played Sonic Racing for an hour. 0. Not even like a super chat or a tip or a sub here or there. Nothing. Okay? So I said to the audience, listen, if we don't get anyone supporting this game, I'm just not going to play it anymore. Like, matter of factly, if people don't want it, that's fine. Okay? I don't have to play a game if you're not interested in it. I need to know that. So obviously, if that is the case, I'm not wasting time on it. So we all talked and we're like, well, everyone wants online play. All right, well, I'll go online. Let's see how this goes. I don't know because I haven't done it. Very, very, very happy to find the game is cross-play. So Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC are all cross-play. So there's a tremendous amount of players playing it right now because it's so many platforms. There's a good body of competition, okay? As I started playing online, I realized it's not perfect. There is a little bit of lag and everything. And yes, it's kind of cheap. Sometimes there's items that are very overpowered or whatever. But I played for about 90 minutes. I actually started having a great time. I saw some tracks I hadn't seen previous in the, offline mode. I started playing weird combinations. Like I did Eggman on the hoverboard, which turned him into a boost type rather than a power type. And the boost type, I feel, might be one of the best in the game. As long as you're constantly charging boost, you just keep passing everyone. So I had a great time with it. I actually won a couple online races, and it was good. It was good to go. Everyone liked it. And guess what? As I started to play it online, people started supporting. We hit the goal. I was thrilled. I was like, wow, because I thought the game was going to die on its only second stream. But as soon as I started playing online, people were having a great time. So I said, you know what? If this is what you want, I'll give it to you. It just sucks because I know that there's offline content that I guess I'll never see. But, hey, we're earning the credits to upgrade and buy the cars. We're earning the ranking. I don't know what the ranking will actually do for me as you rank up if you unlock other content or not. I don't know. But if this is what people want, I'll give them what they want. Okay, so we played online. We had fun. This means we will be playing this again on Wednesday because we hit our goal. And depending on how this game continues to do, we'll determine how often we play it and if we do it as a day or night stream or whatever. But hey, it worked. So Wednesday, I'll probably just play online the whole freaking time, trying new characters, new combinations, unlocking new things, and going from there.
All right, I'm gonna stop it here because if you listen to Phil, it makes it sound like this was a lively debate, and he was willing to listen to feedback and had conversation. No, it didn't go like that. I'm gonna show you exactly what happened. So this was during the midstream. This was during Phil's first break. He had hit $64. All that came into the podcast, and he stayed at $64 until about the last 10 minutes of the stream, where one dent came in and gave him about $100 in support, right? So it was one random person that came out of nowhere and gave him $100. No one really cared about the game nor supported it because, of course, they wanted to see Phil play multiplayer, and he didn't want to play multiplayer because he didn't want the same exact thing to happen that happened with Mario Kart. Mario Kart, where people would come in, clown him, have funny names, beat him, he would lose, and that's what he didn't want. He didn't want another Mario debacle to happen. He didn't want people to clip it. He didn't want the game journalist meme to happen. That's why he didn't want to play multiplayer. But no one was supporting. No one was supporting. And this is what Phil did. I want you to hear Phil's conversation with his chat. I want you to hear exactly, the good back and forth. No, it was him bitching and complaining and telling people to fuck off. So let's listen to it.
It's time for a break of the stream. All right, when we come back, we'll do more. Again, I'm trying to unlock all the content. You can't see all the content of the game until you beat every single circuit, and it's super hard, There has been literally zero support for this game today. Zero. Not a single person has contributed since I started playing Sonic. So I'm going to go on break and come back. Let's get support. If I don't get support by the end of this stream, I'm just not playing it again. I'm not going to sit here and play the game. I got all the support when I did the podcast. I don't know why I'm playing the game if no one cares about it. So I'm going to go on break and come back, and let's get some support for it. And then we'll continue on. I'm not going to keep playing this game if everyone's just going to sit around yelling and screaming for online play before I've even unlocked content in the game to play online. And then you're not going to support the stream. So fuck it. Really, I'll just drop it. I don't care. We have many other games to play, and I just don't give a shit. I'm not going to have this become the fucking troll bait game where everyone wants me to play online constantly. All right? So, let's see if...
Oh, well, there you go right there. He confirmed that he didn't want this to become Mario Kart. He didn't want people clowning him and laughing at him and memeing on him. That's what it was. That again, you always just let Phil talk. If you want to know the truth or the truth of the matter, what he really thinks, just let him talk, because when he talks, he exposes himself. And right here, clearly, he was thinking about online play. He didn't want to play online. That's why he doesn't like playing any online games, because it shows how bad of a gamer he is. Yeah, you can fluff through single player and have your, chat hold your hand or whatever. That's fine. But when you're competing against other people, it just clearly exposes the type of shitty gamer that you are. And that's what was on his mind. And of course, he's not going to do it if he's not going to get any money. And typically, that's what happens. Whenever he plays these games, these multiplayer games, everyone laughs at him. Everyone clowns him. The trolls come in and detractors start fucking with him, and the LARPers. And no one supports. You might get a Whale Mary to come in at the end of the stream, which is what happened yesterday, and prop up the stream, right? And that's what happened yesterday when he decided to play multiplayer. But let's keep hearing him. Let's keep hearing him in his own words, how he felt about multiplayer.
If you guys will support the stream or not when I come back from break. But in the meantime, enjoy some highlight clips. Here we go. All right.
He's so salty.
Well, guys.
So salty.
Since likely this is going to be our last stream of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds,
Threaten
since
to
no one has
wage
supported
quit.
the stream whatsoever since the podcast.
Threaten to wage quit.
We'll do some multiplayer just to see what it's like. Okay?
Now you're playing multiplayer when you came back.
I'm sorry, but like I said, we're at the busiest gaming time of the year. I got to play things in the rotation that people want. You're obviously speaking today through your actions that you don't want this. I've been playing it for over an hour, not a single contribution at all. Zero. So
Zero.
I guess you don't want it. What else can I say?
No, you fucking idiot. People wanted to watch you play multiplayer because they knew you were going to get fucking demolished, and they wanted to laugh at you. Even your own viewers, even people that support you, Phil, want to see you rage and suck at a game. On top of all the LARPers and detractors that were here watching the stream to watch you lose. And that's what you did. You didn't win once. You placed in 4th, 5th, 6th place. Right there, 6th place. What was that? Right there, 5th place. Way to go, Phil.
You're making the...
Way to go, Phil. Way to go, Phil. Way to go, Phil.
I want to put stuff in the...
Let's see you suck. Let's see you suck some more. Let's see what other places you ranked. I don't think look right here,
And
sixth
the
place,
drill.
Phil. There
Those
you
are the
go.
two.
Sixth place, Phil. This is a children's game, and the man can't rank better than say second or third. He constantly played. When he couldn't even beat the AI when he was playing single player. He kept ranking third or fourth. And right here, multiplayer, sixth place. He's just such a garbage ass player. Good lord. That's the reason why he was upset yesterday. It's why he raged. It's why he was gonna rage quit this. And again, if it wasn't for one idiot that came in and propped up the stream, he would have wage quit the game. So anyway, folks, that's it. I'm done talking about this. Let's see him retcon this story again today on the podcast if he has the podcast. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the stream or the video. Peace out.